This afternoon, in the same place, they would be covering the launch of an initiative to tackle small-town transport infrastructure decay in the Group 3 northeastern countries. Tomorrow, there would be 2 presentations, one on offshore energy subsidies and yet another on agriculture. Yesterday, Brussels had been dominated by the auditors refusing to sign off on the Commission accounts for the 15th year in a row. But this was different. This was a human story. This was the official discovery of the Fountain of Youth. A long table had been set up on the raised stage, complete with the traditional glasses of water and silver microphones. Behind it, a huge screen was displaying a colourful double helix that writhed and twisted like a tormented serpent. The senior press officer looked across the audience of familiar, cynical faces, took a deep breath to calm his fluttering nerves, and announced that they were ready to begin. President Jean Brec walked onto the stage first. The press corps politely rose. Rob Lacey, the British Prime Minister, was next, producing his standardized, lopsided smile for the news pool feed cameras. Jeff Baker appeared. The arena was silent for a moment. Then the press broke into thunderous applause. Jeff was slightly taken aback by the response, but recovered to give a quick wave before sitting down. His family followed him in. Sue, of course, looked beautiful, dressed stylishly in a ginger-pink silk suit with a high collar. Cameras zoomed in eagerly. Tim didn't quite slouch, but he did give the theatre a sullen glance. He was wearing a vivid, high-glow Union Jack T-shirt. The English reporters chuckled at that. Standing next to his father, it was as though they were brothers with barely a couple of years separating them. A lot of reporters commented on how similar they looked. With Sue in the group, appearing at most 5 years older than Jeff, it was hardly a standard family picture. President Brec leaned forward to the microphone, smiling broadly. "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what I consider one of the most momentous conferences of my tenure. As you can see, Jeff Baker is alive, well, and looking in very good shape. Very young shape, I should say." The press applauded again. Jeff gave them a thumbs up. "There have been many critics of our rejuvenation project," the president continued, "both inside our community and especially abroad. Today, I consider our persistence to be utterly vindicated. Dr. Sperber, who heads the project, tells me that Dr. Baker has an effective physiological age of a youth in his early 20s. We have been extraordinarily successful. As a result, only Europe is in a position to provide this treatment for its citizens. America, with its increasingly isolationist foreign policy and religious right cultural dominance, is a long way behind us in this field. Our unquestioned leadership in this field can only be seen as an endorsement of our social inclusiveness. Ours is the culture in which the promotion of human life can flourish to its full potential." He inclined his head graciously. "But enough of my dull old speechifying. It is my pleasure and a privilege to introduce Jeff Baker, father of the datasphere." Jeff grinned round, mildly embarrassed, but unable to hide his sense of wonder. In 24 hours, he'd managed to walk in a reasonable fashion, though his muscles were still woefully weak. But getting used to what he looked like, what he was now, that was difficult, verging on impossible. He was beginning to think the human brain was fundamentally incapable of understanding the transformation. "Dr. Baker, congratulations on your successful treatment and welcome back," the Berlin Stream Newsstream reporter said. "Thanks." Jeff knew these were going to be desperately dull and sanitized questions. He'd even been shown them in advance so he could prepare answers.